So how's it going? Thank you for tuning in to my channel again. So recently, I mean it happens all the time, but recently I've had a lot of friends and some family go through breakups and feeling shitty. And as a recovering serial monogamist, that was me. Everybody goes through this at some point in your life, whether it is a divorce or whether it is a 2-month relationship, whether you guys were together for a couple months to years to almost half of your lifetime. Shit hurts. And with breakups, I have gone through them and I have been through some pretty painful ones. And I feel like I have turned over a new leaf on understanding the feelings of breakups, if that makes sense. So I like to think about stuff scientifically. I like to think about how feelings happen and why they happen in a scientific manner. A lot of people say that all feelings come from the heart, but
wrong-o.
Scientifically, it is proven that they do come from your brain. So the first part of this, I wanted to talk about the science of being sad, of going through a breakup, feeling shitty, feeling alone, missing a person, all of those feelings. So first, let's talk about why we get so attached to a person so easily. So you know how they say that if you're going to start a diet or if you're going to start a workout routine, anything that you want to bring into your life, your day-to-day routine, they say to do it for 3 weeks straight. I'm not just talking about doing a person. Mind in the gutter. But if you do a diet or a workout routine or something, whatever it is, for 3 weeks straight, it's going to catch on. Your body gets used to it. It's kind of the same when it comes to a person. It might not take 3 weeks to get used to them. Literally, you could fall in love with the person, or you think you fall in love with the person within just a few days of knowing them. But we get attached to a person. It is like adding a diet routine into your life or adding a workout routine into your life, because when you start dating a person, you're bringing the person into your day-to-day routine and something that you do every day. If you do it every day, good for you. But you're bringing this person into your life and everything is intertwined, and then this is when the brain starts to work or stops working. Your hypothalamus, that is in your brain, produces sex hormones, which is your estrogen and your testosterone, and these hormones increase your sex drive. So when you are super attracted to a person, these are all released and you get super like frisky. Those are what is released. Oxytocin is the love hormone. That is the chemical that is released when people do Molly or, you know, ecstasy, stuff that makes people feel very close together. So the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus release that oxytocin when you're around this person and you see them and you're just so euphoric and in love, mixed in with the sex chemicals, the estrogen, the sex hormones, the estrogen and the testosterone, and everything is just feeling good. You feel great, you love this person, you want to spend every waking moment with them, you want to spend every second of your life texting them and talking to them, and when they don't text you or they don't answer you for a couple hours, you go fucking insane. Just kidding. So your body doesn't know what's going on, so it's releasing these stress hormones, cortisol, so your body can deal with all of these disruptive feelings. So you also have serotonin that is decreased from your cortisol. That's just a whole bunch of stuff going on, yada, yada, yada. What I'm getting to is dopamine. Instagram, social media, binge eating, doing stuff that like makes you happy, but we know it's not good for you. You know how they say dope, like people do dope, like drugs? That's because drugs like heroin and other things release dopamine, and it is a very addictive chemical. So that is why when you wake up in the morning, you want to first thing check Instagram, or, you know, if you post a picture and you don't get a lot of likes, or if you're talking to somebody and they all of a sudden kind of like ghost you. We get this feeling of just anxiety and kind of like withdraw. Like, we're withdrawing from the thing that was giving us this dopamine. So you know how they say love is a drug? It is. You know, I've been through a bunch of breakups, but there was, you know, a couple that really fucking like knife to the gut. That looks weird. So my therapist told me that this is because you are withdrawing. There's two words. If you're used to talking to somebody every single day and they are a part of your routine, they are in your drug cabinet and you take them every single day, you're gonna fucking go nuts when that's not going on. You go through withdrawal. And I have done a lot of research on this because I wanted to know why the fuck I was feeling so shitty for this last breakup, so I could chill the fuck out. Like, they did studies on like a person coming off of heroin or meth or some type, whatever drug of their choice. They took those scans and they also did tests on, I swear I'm fit. So they took tests on people withdrawing from love. So people going through a breakup, and they had the same parts of the region of the brain light up or the same parts not light up as the people who were withdrawing from drugs. Withdraw. Separating both of you guys. For one, that is the reason why you are feeling shitty. Whether it is your choice or it was your choice, whether it was your choice or not your choice, it still hurts. Sucks to have this thing that you're so comfortable with and you're so used to, and them not being there anymore. It's weird. Say like you're trying to get off of coffee and you tell yourself that you can't have coffee anymore. What are you gonna think about? Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, coffee. You're telling yourself that you can't have this human anymore. And as cliche as it is, time heals everything. So you're going to go a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, and you're gonna forget all of the reasons why you guys did not work out. You need to remember those. Your brain, as smart as it is going to bring back all those memories, and it's gonna reopen those wounds of your ex. Like I said, rejection, being broken up with, not being able to speak to the person that you're so used to speaking to, it's going to bring up a lot of feelings. It is normal. There is a lot of pent up energy inside of you when you are going through a breakup. You have to understand, we are energetic beings, man. Like, it's just what it is. We're made out of atoms and electrons and neutrons and protons. We're made up of all this stuff. We're energy. We are energy. I don't know why. We are energy. When you are going through a shift, like a breakup, that's a big energetic thing going on. You are going to go through the steps of grieving. You're gonna go through denial. You're gonna go through... What are the steps of grieving? Denial, isolation. So those two go together. You're gonna just feel shitty. You don't wanna talk to anybody. You're just sad and you're angry. That's the next step. Bargaining, you try and fix things. You try and like see if you could change something to make everything better. And then if that doesn't work, then you go into a depressive state. You're gonna go through everything. You're human, it's okay. But you have to understand, you are energy. You have a lot of this like pent up energy that's inside of you when you're going through this breakup. So you have to release it, right? And that's why a lot of people, when they go through breakups, like to go for rebounds. They like to try and find that missing piece and find that like chemical brain release in different people. And the majority of the time, it's not going to work. You have to find ways to release that energy. And I'm not just talking about going to have sex with someone and putting your penis inside of a hole. You have to turn off the shows. You have to turn off the stupid shit that is not helping you in any way, but showing you how dramatic people can be in this world. Stop watching that shit. Start looking up YouTube videos. There's YouTube videos about getting over breakups, and like, I watched so much YouTube and I read so many books, stuff that was giving me positive energy. A lot of the times people think that crying is bad. Like, people don't want to cry. What? Crying is a release of energy. You're not some like weak ass kid for wanting to cry. It's a normal thing that humans do. People that don't cry are hiding something. They're trying to cover up a feeling. Those are the people that need to cry the most. First off, don't listen to sad music. You could do it, like I said, for the first couple days, but like turn off the sad music. Delete them from Instagram. Delete people. Take it off social media. I had to delete my entire life. The people that I hung out with all the time that I still love to talk to, and I still love the friends that I had with my ex, but I had to delete them from my physical view because every time that I would see them, it would bring up these feelings in me that I just didn't want to feel anymore. Delete. Just delete it. It has nothing to do with you hating the people. It's just you're helping yourself and you're helping your feelings. You gotta do it. Sitting on Instagram or Facebook and like searching what your ex is doing is psycho.
Certified free, 7 days a week.
It doesn't do anything. Do you ever feel good after you see your ex partying or doing something on social media when you guys broke up? Do you ever leave that session of Instagram and social media being like, wow, I feel really well right now? It's going to open those old wounds. Like my knee. I fell off a bike and I didn't put a bandage on it the night that I had it because I didn't have a bandage with me, and my blanket got stuck to my knee and I reopened the wound.
Step back, I think I'm gonna vomit!
You're reopening the wound of your breakup. Get off of social media. Do something that makes you feel good. If you are one of those people that eats a lot when you're sad, don't binge on bad shit. I'm telling you, your body is going to react in a negative way. If you give your body healthy, nutritious stuff, it's going to thank you by making you feel better, by creating more serotonin in your gut. Serotonin's like one of the happy chemicals. You have to be able to eat healthy and be able to release that. Like think about it, when you go out to eat a crappy meal, or you're going and you're doing like a cheat meal. You want to do the cheat meal because it's going to give you that dopamine. But then afterwards you feel crappy, right? 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 Take care of your body. Plain and simple. It's 2020. Get with the program. Like, I don't understand how people are still eating shitty. I mean, you can work out all you want and you could, you know, try and make your ex feel like they're missing out on you and like, look how good I'm doing, but you could also be eating shitty and then you just feel shitty. And a very important thing I have to say, alcohol and like drugs, like weed, a lot of people, and I did the same thing. All I wanted to do was drink and smoke to make myself numb to the feelings that I was having. It doesn't do that. Alcohol is a downer, and weed really, even though it's a plant and I'm all about plant medicine, it is not the thing that you want to be doing constantly when you're going through a breakup. Every now and then, if you're prescribed or if you're living in a place that it's legal, weed can sometimes help just relax you and get you out of like a bad mindset, and it can help you go to sleep, because I know a lot of times during breakups you have a hard time sleeping. That's fine. But alcohol, you break up, you want to just go out, you want to party, you want to get your mind off of it, and then you're going to feel like shit by the end of the night and you're going to get into your feelings, or you're going to feel like crap the next day when you're hungover on top of being heartbroken. Alcohol is a downer. Even though they say that like tequila is an upper, it's all a downer. It just doesn't make any human feel good the next day. So if you can, I know it is hard for a lot of people, but if you can, stay away from alcohol, at least like for the first couple days, or the first like week that you're going through a breakup, or like the first month. Just try and take care of your body. It might make the breakup a little bit easier. And I'm trying to think of like the stuff that I said on the podcast. Write your feelings down, like do all this stuff. When you're doing active stuff like that, like the way that I was able to deal with my feelings and stuff was talking on the podcast. That's why I started the podcast, because I was just going through like a shitty time in life, and I was moving, I was in a new place and stuff, and I needed to get my feelings out there. I needed to get that energy out. And that helped me. This is also a pretty important thing to do, I think. Like, obviously blocking the person and stuff, but when you start thinking about the person and you're going through those shitty feelings, write down the stuff about and the reasons why you guys broke up. And then you could just have it to reference when you get into this feeling. And I'm telling you, the more that you sit with your feelings, and if you have like a wave of sadness come through and you're just super like depressed, sit with it and talk to yourself. I had to be like, Jessica, I know that you're feeling like shit right now. We're gonna get through this. Like, it's okay. You are not the voices in your head. That sounds weird, but you are not the overthinking head. That is your ego going on. And I will get into ego and explaining that in another video, but you are not this. You are something so much greater, and your ego is just the thing that's giving like that mindless chatter, and it's like freaking out because it doesn't have that person anymore, and you love them so much and you need to freak out. Look at their Instagram. Why don't you write them a text, get drunk, and then show up at their place at 5 a.m. That's your ego talking. It doesn't want you to lose what you're comfortable with. Your ego does not want you to grow. I hope that if you are going through this at the moment, I hope that some of this helps. And understand that everything really does happen for a reason, for a lesson. Even if it's the shittiest stuff, there's a lesson to be learned with a lot of things. If you're going through a breakup, obviously it happened for a reason, and it's either you need to learn a lesson, or the other person needed to learn a lesson, or you both needed to grow separately. And if you guys are meant to be together, it's going to happen. It's going to. You just have to trust that shit is happening for you, not to you. Another cliche thing to say, but it's the truth. And if a serial monogamist like myself that was constantly in relationships all the time can now be okay alone, you can too. Trust me. Have a beautiful day, guys. I don't know why I do these all the time, but I don't know, what day is it? Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday. Or whenever I post this, Wednesday, Thursday. I hope you have a beautiful week. Stay strong, be happy, take care of yourself, take care of the environment, be loving, stop being judgmental towards stuff. I have a lot of videos to make because there's just a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Have a beautiful day, guys. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one.